Toinette Sterling, you are welcome. Olufoni Osutha Osutu, you are welcome. I hope I got that right. Mama Eddie.
Yes,
Eddie
yes, you did.
Square.
And we are live.
All right. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us around the world. This is the Dream Team webinar. My name is Alfred Che, coming to you from the state of Maryland, here in the United States. Welcome to the Dream Team webinar. We are having a great show today with the guest speaker, Michael William Ames. It's a pleasure having you all in this platform. I hope we will be able to leave at the end of the show with something that you have heard that will move you forward. Thank you, Dr. P.
Thank you. Welcome, team, for making us always feeling at home. Are you ready? Are you fired up? Let's get the fire hot today. It's a fire chat, right? Fireside chat. Let's get the fire hot. We have a very restricted time with our brother today, but let's make it impactful, people. Well, without wasting time, I want to thank everybody that's on today, and we're going to start the show. Before we start the show, we always like to give our signature tune. It's 5 minutes. We can to get all of us settled in. Please, let's make this short time with our brother count. I am ready and I'm fired up. Over to you, King Dr. Derek.
Your next stop is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
We are in it to win it. Thank you all the Dream Team coordinators for 500 plus webinars and counting. You'll meet the coordinators. I call them coordinators because all of us on this platform are winners, are leaders. You'll meet the Dream Team coordinators as the time goes. But I know our time is restricted. You're not here to hear my voice, so I'm going to pass it over.
You are all welcome this afternoon. I'm going to be referring to afternoon because it's afternoon in my neck of the woods. All right. Wow. I'm always excited to be here on Sundays. And you know what? I missed you guys last Sunday and it feels like it's been a month. But I'm here, ready and excited. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, welcome team, for always making us feel at home. Thank you, leaders, for putting this together every Sunday so that we come here and everything goes well, smoothly. And boy, oh boy, we have a packed full agenda as usual for you all today. So without wasting so much time, we're going to get our minds ready. Mindset readiness. You know, our minds are very important in every aspect of our lives. The amount of readiness determines how much you can, overcome challenges, how you can absorb these worldly disappointments or difficulties. The readiness of your mind determines even how much you can manage your financial challenges or fluctuations, or even just to, absorb knowledge when you listen to someone talking, how attentive you can be. It helps even your recovery when you're sick, how you can maintain your health, your mindset readiness. The way your mind is ready is how you can, I can go on and on and on and on. So for this afternoon, we have to have our minds ready for gleaning to all what is going to be presented to us. And guess what? It is our very own sister, as usual, that is going to get our minds ready this afternoon as we get ready to listen to our guest speaker. So I will call on our very own sister Lorato. Please get our minds ready for this afternoon.
Hello, my beautiful sister. How are you? It's always a pleasure. Like, it's so beautiful to see you all the time when I come here. Everybody here, but it's just, yeah, it's wonderful to see you. It's like I'm back with my family because the whole week we don't see each other. When we see each other again, it's so beautiful and refreshing.
Yes.
It's good to be here. Yes, it's good to be here. I'm going to try and be as short as possible. I think I'm not going to talk that much. Just maybe 2 minutes just to get our minds ready for our speaker today, for Brother Michael. First of all, I just want to say thank God for this beautiful day. I woke up again. This is another opportunity to love well, to live well. Hear me, live. A lot of people are just existing, going through one day to the next. We don't actually live, guys. Find out what you love and do more of that. Do more of what you love. I know we are all grinding here. Some of us, we're just surviving, that wheel that we're talking about. Every day you're just going on the wheel. You're trying to put things together, but don't forget to live in all of that. If 80% of what you're doing is actually living and loving and doing what you love, then all of it is worthwhile. We don't want to be at the end of our lives and look back and say, oh my God, I could have done this. Or maybe I should have done, or maybe, no, live well, live. That's the key word, live. All right. So we spoke about faith, loyalty, and trust last time, right? And we said that, with small faith as tiny as a mustard seed, we can move mountains. So we now have to check into ourselves to say, how do I believe, right? So I just want to continue on that just shortly, like 2 minutes, just continue on that. And this week, I wanted to ask, how do we believe? How do we believe? And we can only believe when we know our identity. Remember, we spoke about identity the last time to say, when we know who we are, whose we are, and what we are, then we can draw from that and then now build from that. Right? So the things that you build yourself with will be the anchors of your life. You anchor yourselves with what you build yourself with. If you build yourself with fear, then that's what's going to be. Right? We said a man, when you think a certain way, you build yourself here, your consciousness becomes that. Right? So when we believe well and when we know whom we are, we all know that we're not just flesh and bones and a bag of bones. No, guys, we are spiritual beings. And we're having this experience on this planet, on this earth, but we're not just bones and a bag of flesh. So our spiritual lives matter. How we feed ourselves spiritually matters more than what we feed up, not more than, I mean, yeah, whatever, to our bodies as well, right? So we have to be very conscious and be very selective and be deliberate of what we choose to build ourselves with. So how we believe, what we believe, and who do we believe we are, our identity will determine our faith as well. And who we believe in, what we believe in will determine how strong our faith is. We need those anchors. So all of us will just have to go inward and start questioning ourselves, having those personal self-talk. Start talking to yourself and asking yourself questions so that we can grow and we can see where we are lacking and build from there, right? I'm just going to quote a saying by Christ. He said that as far as possibilities, underlying possibilities, he said, as far as possibilities go, everything, that's another word that you're going to underline, everything is possible for the person who believes. He didn't say some things. He didn't say a few things. He said everything. So that means whatever we believe, that power of faith is so detrimental to what we manifest and how we manifest and how we express ourselves in this plane of beingness. So he says, as far as possibilities, that realm of possibility for you that believes, everything, not some things, everything is possible. Everything is possible. And remember, I asked you, I said, who are you? How do you believe? What are those things that you're anchoring yourselves with? Do you believe that you're a winner? Do you believe that you deserve freedom? Do you believe that, everything is available, guys? It's just how do we tap into those realms of possibility? And now we have a key. The key says faith is one of those things that will help us to tap into those realms of possibility. How we believe will give us now access to those realms of things that we thought were impossible. He says, those who believe, nothing is impossible for you guys. It says everything is available. Everything is possible when we believe, right? It comes to manifesting. What do we believe about wealth for ourselves? What do we believe about financial freedom about ourselves? So the way you believe is how you're going to start now accessing these things. If you believe, oh my God, money is so, the statements that most of us grew up with, our conditioning, and we believe those things, then that's how we're gonna put ourselves then in that realm of impossibility, where we believe, no, it's only a few people who get to have these things. It's only those people, only a few people become millionaires. My family has never, ever had millionaires. My grandmother was never a million. Nobody in my family actually has luck or I don't want to even talk about luck. That's something else in its own. But nobody in my family has ever made it. All those things that we tell ourselves, lies that we tell ourselves, bind us. They bind us. Now we start making agreements with those lies and believing them. Then they become the anchor of your life and how they can start mapping out your life, because now you anchor yourselves on those lies. Right? So it's very, very important to now do the self-talk and be honest, guys. We have to be honest with ourselves and start untying ourselves and breaking all these things, the lies, everything. It takes time, because most of us don't even want to admit that we've been living in those beliefs, because those beliefs are so dear to us as from generation to generation. Even though, it's like, something is off here, we don't want to divorce those things. because they're so embedded in us that divorcing from them causes some sort of pain, because you have to self-reflect and divorce yourselves from those things, right? So that we can access the realms of possibility. It has to do with our company too. All of us are here because we believe. We believe, I want to believe that all of us that are here, we believe that there's something greater. This dream and the vision of ONPASSIVE is way, way too good to give up on. It's way too good, guys. It's too good to give up on. So we believed it. We can't stop believing it. We can't. And it matters now. It matters now to believe even more. When our CEO, we don't see him every day as before. We don't see him speaking. It matters now. Now our level of accessing those things will be determined on how we believe now. This time is crucial for us to really believe. To really hold on to something. Everything that we spoke about, loyalty, trust, and that faith, now it matters the most. Right? I said last week, I was like, I'm wondering how Mr. Ash is where he is. I can't imagine him, I mean, according to the person that we got to know, I know that even this waiting period, I know he's working and everything, but it's hurting him because he wanted to give us this thing earlier. I'm sure it's hurting him because the way he speaks, what he believes and what he wants is for all of us here to prosper. He said his life mission is to make sure he's part of the people that eradicate poverty. So this long waiting and all these challenges, I'm sure they're hurting him, because if it was up to me, he would have given it to us earlier than this, way, way, way back when, right? So I'm sure he's hurting. But now it's a time that for us now, we come together with our faith. You see that mustard seed that I spoke about last time? It's for us to combine our faith together and remember that we are powerful beings. When we come together, nothing, I mentioned this purposely to say, when we come together and believe, nothing will be impossible for us, guys. Even this dream of ONPASSIVE, even the manifestation of our dreams and everything, it's accessible. There's access to it. It's not something that we cannot reach. So it matters now, not for us to be weary, not for us to be doubtful it matters now to come together to say, as the light that we are lifting up this dream. It is manifesting for all of us. We're not giving up on it. It's too good to give up on. It's too good, way too good to give up on. So I'm not going to dwell too long here, guys. We still want to hear our speaker. We know that he has short time, but I really want us to reflect, self-reflection. Those places in yourself that are anchored in disbelief, that are anchored in doubt, and oh, maybe I don't deserve. Listen, we're gonna have to divorce all of that. We're gonna have to, because our life is worth all the good things that are here. We're worth it, guys. This dream is worth it. We are worth it as well. So we can't give up, and we can't not believe. Okay. So in case somebody didn't tell you that they love you, I love you so much. And I'm looking forward to the fire chat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sis. I told you guys, I said we have to get our minds ready. We have to get our minds ready. If we come together and put our beliefs together, like Sister said, nothing will be impossible for us. So thank you, sis, for that. And yeah, we're moving forward. We have our brother in-house today. He is someone that we really don't have to introduce anymore because I know everyone knows him. We are Fire Chat, I don't know, part 12? What part is it again? I don't think I know where we are. But our brother is here, and we're going to give you a few minutes, brother, to just say good afternoon. And then you have the ladies, they are there waiting and ready to start the chat. And we know you have a limited time with us today, so we're going to be brief, but not that we're going to drink what we need to hear. All right. Over to you, brother Michael.
Thank you so much, Irene. Hello, everyone. Certainly a great pleasure to be here with all of you. Life is good, so I hope you're feeling good, right? Just the fact that we are alive and well, the fact that we're still here, okay, is a good thing, right? So let's be grateful for that. Let's be thankful for that. I love what our dear sister started us off with about belief, right? Belief, and there's believe, right? Okay, belief, right, with an F, and then you got believe with a V, right? And certainly, you know, we always have to have our mind right in everything that we're doing. It doesn't matter what it is, right? But in all aspects of life, everything starts first within your mind. Okay, that's where everything first starts. Okay, you conceive an idea. Okay, you have to do that first before it actually comes to fruition, before it actually manifests itself, right? So it is important, certainly, how you believe, for sure. Definitely what you believe, because what you believe is a choice. Okay, it is a choice. Okay, somebody can believe that they can attain wealth. Okay, somebody believes that, no, I'm forever going to be poor. It's a choice. Okay, and that choice is so crucial to your future. It really is, right? From a very young age, I know what I believed. You understand? And I've seen the manifestation of that multiple times within my life. Okay. So yes, it definitely is 100% factual statement. You know, as a man think, or as a person thinks, so is he. That is so true. I've proved it time and time again, right? So those are great words of encouragement. So I look forward to our chat today, right? Irrespective of limitations, I look forward to it. And I know we'll make the most of it, because it's all about maximizing the time that we have together. All right. So back to you.
All right, ladies. So over to you. You heard Brother Michael, he's ready. So I will hand it over to you guys.
Yes, my sister Kanla, take over. I'll come after you. First of all, welcome, my brother. It's always nice to see you and to chat with you. I'm looking forward to.
Me too. Oh my goodness. Brother Michael, warm greetings to you and your family. We are always glad to have you here with the Dream Team this Sunday. And we know that we appreciate you, and we are privileged to have these inspirational discussions with you. So my question will take us further deep into the theme that our sister Lorato just talked to us today, belief. And also my question has been inspired by your conversation with Julie on the theme, Mr. Ash Mufareh, Trust and Belief. So it was incredibly motivating for me, and I believe any other ONPASSIVian that has listened to it will also say likewise. So please, can you help us understand why belief, trust, and loyalty are not the same, yet they go together in tandem with each other, be it in our own passive business as well as in our lives?
Wow. Okay. Jeez, you're not holding back, are you? Wow.
That is how excited I have been waiting to ask that question to you, because I have listened to that discussion more than 3 times already, and I'm still looking forward to go back.
Right. Okay. So let's start with trust. Okay. You know, trust is important in life. Right? There's no doubt about that. We know we've trusted people that have failed us, right? We've trusted people who have actually delivered, right? In all aspects of our lives, right? You know, it could be things that are ugly, right? Things that are, you know, really dark, whereby you entrust your children, for example, you know, to others, right? Whether it be a daycare system, or whether it be the school system, could even be family members, right?
Yes.
And sometimes bad things do happen, right? Sometimes you trust friends and they lead you astray, right? And we can go on and on with various examples, but the point is, in life, you still have to trust, okay? Regardless of what, may have happened in the past, you still have to trust, because, the saying is that, no one is an island, right? No man is an island, no person is an island, right? You can't stand by yourself, right? It's very, very difficult to do so, right? In anything and everything, I believe you need others. And that's one of the good things about ONPASSIVE, is the fact that we're able to come together, right? And we were able to drive this business, to where, we've basically gotten with it as far as a community, right? As far as people coming together, right? And we've, a lot of relationships have come out of this as a result, a lot of friendships, right? And so trust is important in all aspects, okay? So to me, it always starts there. You have to trust. You have some folks that jump into a business and they don't trust. So because they don't trust, then they don't believe, okay? Right? If there's no trust, how can you believe? You understand? Right? You can't believe in a situation, you can't believe in a person if you don't trust them, right? Like, think about that. So you have someone that, I don't trust this person. Are you going to believe anything they're going to tell you? Right? You're not going to, or you shouldn't anyways, right? If I don't trust you, why in the world would I believe what you have to say to me? Right? I just wouldn't. You understand? So you see how trust and belief, they have to go together, right? Because you can't have one without the other. If I believe what you're saying to me, that means I trust what you're saying to me, right? How can I believe what you're saying if I don't trust you? And how can I trust you if I don't believe what you're saying? You understand, folks? You see how the two comes together, right? Okay, so trust and belief goes together, right? Now, loyalty, okay? Now, that's a different animal, all right? Where loyalty is concerned, okay? There's lots of folks who have misguided loyalty. That's how cults are formed, okay? Sometimes people are loyal to a fault, whereby, somebody's leading you down the wrong path, and because you're so loyal to them, you're going off that deep end with them, right? Doesn't make any sense. We've heard the stories, and we know a lot of atrocities that has happened in society. My mind goes back to the situation that happened in Guyana, right? Where it was just sad that people were loyal to a fault that they were willing to take their own lives. You understand? So to me, that's blind loyalty, okay? That's blind loyalty. But because I trust, because I believe in what the person is saying, you're so loyal even until death, okay? Then there's also the loyalty to loved ones, okay? Your family, okay? And so because I'm loyal to my family, therefore I will do whatever it takes to make sure they're taken care of. You understand? Because they're going to come first and foremost in my life, right? Again, okay, we're not going to, talk about God per se. Obviously, God is first and foremost, okay? So let's get that out of the way, okay? We're not talking about that, right? Or talking about God. We're talking about human beings, okay? And from a human being perspective, who comes first and foremost in my life, okay? That's where my immediate family comes in, okay? Is it my wife or children, okay, etc., right? And so there now you're going to be, and sometimes you can have blind loyalty there as well. You're so loyal to the fact that, I trust my kids, I believe in my kids, and somebody comes and they tell you, well, you know what? This is what Johnny did. And you're like, there's no way Johnny would have done that. Impossible, right? Only to find out that Johnny actually did do that, what the person is saying. You understand, folks? So, we have to be so careful when we put these three things together, right? I believe, and in every one of us, we have an inkling, okay? There's something within your spirit. There's something within inside you, that kind of guides you if you listen to it, right? Help you to discern if you wish, right? What's right, what's wrong, what's truth, what's factual, all these things, right? And so we just have to be careful when we're talking about trust, when we're talking about belief, when we're talking about loyalty, not to be foolish in how we combine those three things together. Okay, we just have to be careful. Okay, because there is that loyalty where, you know what, you are my brother, you are my sister. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we, run together, make sure we finish the race together, right? Because I trust everything you're saying, I believe everything you're saying, but you're also giving me the reason to trust and believe you. You understand? Like, there have to be reason there. There have to be facts there for me to trust and believe you, right? So if you have not given me any reason not to trust you, guess what? I'm going to continue to trust you, right? And our CEO, bringing this back to ONPASSIVE now, our CEO has not given me a reason not to trust him. He has not given me a reason not to believe in the mission, vision of ONPASSIVE. So therefore, I continue to trust. I continue to be loyal to that cause. You understand? But the one thing I will say, though, do not confuse loyalty with somebody getting a second job. Okay, let me just throw that in there. Don't confuse loyalty, or, you understand me, with somebody, being in the business that they're trying to take care of their family, right? Trying to pay bills, trying to make sure food's on the table, all those things. Okay, because some people are misguided in their thoughts. Some people are misguided in their words when they throw stuff out there, and just basically, sometimes people can be so caring, right? They can be so caring and so wrapped up in that care that they have for others that sometimes they misspeak, if you wish. Okay. And so we just have to understand that if I see Irene and Irene's like, oh yeah, I'm working 2 jobs now. Well, why, Irene? Why are you working 2 jobs? Do you ever have a job already? Well, guess what? The one job that I have is not paying all my bills. So therefore I have to get that second job. You see that makes sense? Now, I would not say to Irene, well, Irene, you're not loyal to our cause. You're not loyal to our mission. You're not loyal to the vision. What are you doing? Right? That wouldn't make any sense now, would it? So the same way, if I know that Irene is involved with ONPASSIVE, and then Irene says, but you know what, though? I'm doing this other business because I need to pay bills. I'm doing this other business because the one business that I have isn't enough in order to take care of myself and my family. Does that mean that Irene is no longer loyal to that first business? Of course not. Right? Does it mean that Irene is no longer loyal to her company that she works for because she got a second job? Of course not. You understand me? Right? So that's what I mean, that we have to, not misplace, right, loyalty, trust, belief with people that are taking care of themselves and their family. Don't be foolish. The good book talks about the wise versions and the foolish versions, right? We all know that story, or should, right? Don't be misguided. Understand that we definitely come together because of this great business called ONPASSIVE, and we are here until the very end, and we will see it through all the way. And I encourage everyone to continue to believe and continue to trust that we will get to whatever that desired destination will be for all of us within this great company called ONPASSIVE. We simply just have to continue to wait, continue to trust, continue to believe, continue to be loyal, okay? Because this is where disloyalty comes in, okay? If all of a sudden Irene, and I'm picking on you, Irene, only because I love you, right? All of a sudden Irene starts to, oh, ONPASSIVE this, ONPASSIVE that, and ONPASSIVE, all this negative stuff. Okay, to me, that's being disloyal now, because either you believe or you don't. You understand? So clearly, if you don't believe, now you're going to be having all this bad talk. Well, you didn't have all this bad talk a year ago. You didn't have all this bad talk, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You understand? All of a sudden now you're having all this, bad thoughts pertaining to the company that you once believed in. You understand? It's no different than a relationship, folks, right? So if I'm in a relationship with someone and we're no longer an item, let's say I'm married and we get a divorce, let's say, right? And, but we had 7 great years together, or 5 great years, or 20 great years. Why should I now speak bad about the person? Obviously, there was something good there. You know what I mean? Why would all of a sudden start to talk bad about the person? That makes no sense to me personally, right? It doesn't, right? And I was in a relationship. Oh, it's funny. I was actually in a relationship for 7 years, and we parted our separate ways, right? I have nothing bad to say about the person. You understand? Things didn't work out. It's as simple as that, right? So it doesn't mean that if things don't work out with you and someone, that relationship that you have, it doesn't, that to me, that doesn't, warrant you speaking badly about the person, about the company, about the entity, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Right? My kids then play sports. Okay, so if all of a sudden now things didn't work out for you, doesn't mean I'm going to blame the coach and blame the other parents, no, why? Did you not enjoy your time while you were there? You know what I mean? While you were together, did you not enjoy your time? Right? So then why should all of a sudden now start to throw shade? No, so that would be disloyal. You understand me? So you can still be apart, right, from that person and still be loyal to them in the sense of, I have nothing bad to say about that person. We had great times together. You understand? I'm just giving you an example of loyalty versus being disloyal. You understand? Because we do know in this world, we do have people who are disloyal. We do have people that are in companies and they, share company secrets when they're not supposed to. You know what I mean? They blast stuff out there when they shouldn't. Like, that's not an employee who's loyal, right? Or someone who's part of a cause and they're trying to sabotage the cause. Well, obviously you're not loyal to the cause. You understand? So we just have to be mindful when it comes to these 3 things: trust, belief, and loyalty. Okay. And just try to understand how they come together in a positive way, because that's what we're always looking for. Okay. We're always looking for the positive side of things, not the negative. We'll leave the negative to others who want to focus on that. But on the positive side of things, we always want to know that trust is important. You're going to always have to trust at least one person. Chances are it's more than one, but at least one person you're going to have to trust in life. Okay. And as far as belief goes, right? Yeah. It's important what you do believe. That could make the world of difference in your life, what you believe. Okay. As our dear sister said, just having that, tiny bit of faith or belief, you understand, could make all the difference in the world. You don't need to believe every single thing. You know what I mean? But just a little is enough. Okay. And then loyalty, of course, right? It's basic. Loyalty means support. Okay. You're supportive. Okay. So if I'm loyal to you, I'm supportive to you. I'm going to lift you up, not bring you down. You understand? Right. And sometimes you may not even see eye to eye with the person, right? But you're still going to uplift them. Okay. Because you continue to be loyal. All right. So hopefully, that answers your question, Canla.
Yes, Brother Michael, you answered it and even expanded way further than, inspiring me and everyone even further. So yes, thank you so much. So I have a follow-up question, but Sister Larato, do you want me to do the follow-up or you want to come in?
You can ask Brother Michael and then I'll ask him afterwards.
Okay. Yes. So, Brother Michael, my follow-up question is then, would you say our trust and belief have been driven closer together or further apart in the case of our CEO and ONPASSIVE business?
Okay. Now I'm going to say closer together for those who really trust and who really believe. That's what makes the difference. There are some that I'm sure it's been driven apart. Okay. I'm sure, they say absence makes the heart grows fonder, but I don't know about that in all situations, right? It just depends on the individual. It's you understand, it's a personal thing, right?
Okay.
I'm always about people. Like I never believe in, oh, it's a black people thing, or it's a white people thing, or it's a Chinese people. I don't believe in stuff like that. Okay. I believe it's a people thing. Okay. And so people, as as a whole, we're funny characters, right? We're always in a selfish mode, okay, for the most part. It's always me, 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 right? It's always, well, I joined this business, it's done nothing for me yet. I'm still here struggling financially, so I'm out of here, okay? And I have nothing good to say about that business, right? So you can have those who think like that. So for them, I am sure the trust and belief that's it's much further apart than where it used to be, okay? But for those who are engaged, for those who understand, especially those who understand business, right? Sometimes it takes start, stop, start, stop, start, stop to actually get a business going. Sometimes that's what it takes, right? We're always looking for this immediate gratification. We want it, and we want it now, right? It's like, a commercial just popped into my head, right? It's my money and I want it now. Okay. I'm sure some of you know that commercial, right? You understand? Right? That's what society pushes upon us, to always want immediate gratification. You're going to have people that's going to tell you, just go grab that pill, pop that pill, and you're going to be okay. Go take that drug and you're going to be okay. Right? And a lot of the times, it's not even true. But guess what? Someone just made some money instantly. Okay. So they're good with that. Right? Whereas the truth probably is, no, let's try to get to the root cause of your problem, right? Let's look for a long-term solution, not a Band-Aid, right? Let's just not slap something on it. You know what I mean? But so because we're conditioned that way, a lot of us, it's going to be driven apart. That trust and belief is going to be driven apart because we're looking for it right now. It didn't happen right now, so I'm out of here. Okay? And then when I'm out of here, I'm also going to leave with a lot of bad things to say. You understand? I'm now going to be part of that negative party, right? Again, choices, because you can also exit, you can also leave and just say, you know what? I'm gone. I've been in situations where I just walk away. I just like, okay, I'm out of here. And I just walk away, right? I don't need to be, piling on, the bad stuff. It's okay. I just move on, right? So, but you do have those, right? Obviously, I don't know, I can't say everyone that's here, but I certainly would say the majority of those that are here, right? I've certainly, I've stayed faithful, right? I've stayed true to this great business, right? Because the thing is this, why did we all join? Why did we all get involved with ONPASSIVE? Okay. Did the mission resonate with us? Did the vision resonate with us? Right? Was it just about transactions? Was it just about, money, money, money? Oh, I'm going to make all this money, so let me jump in. Money's important. Don't get me wrong. Right? I came in for the money. So let me just, put that out there. Right? I joined ONPASSIVE for the money. Don't get me wrong. Okay. That's why you join a business. You don't join a business because you want to socialize. That's what social clubs are for. Okay. You join a business because you're trying to make money. Okay. So that's important. But I think if people, kind of that self-reflection that our dear sister spoke about, right? When we kind of sit back and just take it all in and say, okay, what has really transpired? I came in, I paid $97 into this business. I may have paid an additional amount. Okay. You understand? Okay. But that's the extent of it though. People seem to think that, well, I paid like $1 million in this business, you know what I mean? Because I'm expecting to make millions of dollars and, my money is gone. This business over. To me, people just, again, mindset. People are thinking the wrong things. Folks, it's always about how can I use a small amount of money and turn it into large sums of cash. That's what makes the most sense to me, right? I'm not about, well, let me go and spend $1 million to go buy a McDonald's franchise. No, right? The amount of money that I would spend on that compared to the return that I would receive is not a lot. People seem to think that, oh, these McDonald's, oh my gosh, it's a gold mine. It's not true. It's a gold mine for the person who actually owns McDonald's, okay? Not the person that, you know, is buying a franchise. You understand? Understand the difference, folks, okay? Right? It makes the sense, because what's that person's doing? They're using leverage, okay? They're saying, hey, instead of I just having one restaurant and I'm just running that one restaurant, well, hey, here's a great idea. What if I could get a whole bunch of them, thousands of restaurants all around the world, and people are paying me on every single transaction? Whether they make money or not, they still got to pay me every single month or year, or however it works. You understand? That's brilliant, right? That's how these franchises work. You understand, right? So people just have to realize, though, that this is the nature of business. You know, a lot of business fail in the first 5 years, okay? But the ones that continue beyond that, there's a greater probability of success, okay? ONPASSIVE has been more than 5 years. So that means there's a greater probability for success, okay? What will that success look for? Only time will tell us, right? When our CEO comes and he gives us the information for the next phase, then we'll have a better idea of exactly what we're working with, okay? So as long as there's still hope, I'm good. You understand? As long as there's still hope, I'm good. And as far as I'm concerned, there is still hope, folks, okay? Why not? Right? What is proven otherwise? You understand? Right? And we know all the stories, the different ones, them that, oh, they had 1,000 no's before they finally succeeded and became, you know, a multi-billionaire. You understand? We know some of these billionaires today, how many times they failed. You understand? Right? And yet eventually success came. So the same can be said for us as individuals, right? That, you know, we may have joined this business and that didn't work out. Then we joined this business and that didn't work. And then we joined this business. I know people personally who have tried for 30 years and failed for 30 years. Can you imagine that? 30 years. And finally, a business came along and they became a multimillionaire as a result, because they never gave up. They never gave up, folks, right? And that's the secret to success, not giving up. It's not necessarily finding that one, you know, needle in the haystack, right? It's about not giving up, because if you gave up, you never would have found the needle in the haystack. You understand? You wouldn't have found it, right? So it's all about not giving up, right? If our CEO did not come to us and say, guys, you know what? I'm sorry. I tried my best, right? You understand me? I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough, okay? And so, c'est la vie. You understand? Did anybody hear that? I don't recall hearing that. You understand me? So why would that be on my mind? Why would I be thinking in that direction? You understand? As long as there's hope, we continue to move forward, all right?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Brother Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Wow. Over to you, Queen Lerato.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to listen to you, Brother Michael. I can listen to you all day. So I just wanted to ask you, I mean, you said something very profound earlier on. You said how we believe determines the outcome of our lives now. So I'm curious, to know, I don't know if you will allow me to go here, because I want to know your upbringing, like in terms of what anchored you, how you believed from when you were younger. And you said that because of how you believe, you see the manifestation right now. And I think it will be worth mentioning for those who are still wondering how to believe or how to shape or anchor themselves on faith, because it's not easy. If faith was easy, last week I said, in one of the good books, Christ said, faith as small as a mustard seed can move a mountain. And so something, for me, I was curious to say, how can something so small move something so huge, right? Because, we read these things and sometimes you think, oh, it's so wonderful when you read it. But when you put it into our reality right now, if somebody puts you in front of Mount Everest and say, have faith, it can move. None of us will be thinking that person is real. So we're going to be thinking, oh, you're crazy, right? But he mentioned something so small to show you that it's not something easily attainable, but it's possible. To really have faith as small as a mustard seed for the impossible, it's something that you have to be deliberate about. So that anchor of faith is very, very, very important and for us to attain or to live in the realms of possibility instead of impossibility. So I'm wondering, what are those things in your life that you built into yourself that helped you or shaped you to believe the way that you do and to actually reap the benefits now? To reap the benefits now and see the manifestations coming into fruition. What was it? Tell me. I need to hear this. How you believed? I'm curious to know, right?
Okay. Well,
I'm curious.
You know, from a very young age, I always had a God-fearing, spiritual upbringing. Okay, so that was instilled in me from a very, very young age. And, you know, my belief has changed or adjusted, let's say, over the years based upon personal experience. Okay. And so, you know, I moved from being one that attend church services, let's say, to one that have a personal relationship with the God that I believe in. Okay. And again, this is just my personal take on things. Okay. So, you know, if you do what you do, hey, that's your personal thing too. Okay. So for me, there's too many people out there, I believe, that, you know, their focal point is just about money. Okay. Let me say it that way. Right. If I'm a teacher, although I expect to get paid, but my focus isn't on my salary. My focus is on how can I deliver the message? How can I teach my students so that they get the most out of what they're doing? Okay. And so I practice what I preach. Okay. You know, many years ago, I used to tutor, you know, high school kids in math, physics, you know, stuff like that. And I would charge, this is like years ago, okay? And I would charge like $20 an hour, okay? And I would actually go to their homes, right? So I'm driving. So I'm sure I spend more than $20 in gas driving to get to their home. And I would spend, you know, whatever time it needed for that particular lesson. So whether it was 3 hours, because sometimes I was there for 3 hours, right? Or whether it was an hour, okay? But I usually walk away only charging them $20, as in $20 flat. Okay, so whether it was 2 hours or 3 hours, I didn't say, okay, well, it's 3 hours, you got to pay me $60. You know what I mean? Because I actually believed in what I was trying to do, right? So yes, I'm going to charge you something, but I'm not here to gouge you. I'm not here to, you know, get rich because I'm here trying to tutor these students. It wasn't from that, right? So that's kind of what I mean, right? About, you know, doing something for the money or doing it because you actually believe in what, you know, in what you're about. Okay. And so for me, I just found that a lot of people, when it comes to spirituality or religions and all these things, a lot of them are just doing it for the money. Right. And, you know, the truth is out there. People have seen it for themselves, you know, how some of these pastors can, you know, worth millions of dollars. And it's not because of some business that they're doing, it's from the church. Okay. So, you know, so anyways, my point is that over time, you know, my beliefs and so on, you know, have been adjusted. Okay. And so then there's the personal relationship. Okay. Then there's the experience of having a personal encounter with God. Okay. Let me say it that way. Okay. And I know 100% factual, you understand me, what I experienced. Okay, I'm not going to go into the specifics, But the point is, I know. So, because that's also important, right? It's important to have that personal experience. And if you seek it, you will find it. You understand me? But you have to sincerely seek it, though, right? It can't be fake. It can't be, you know what I mean? Well, let me just try a thing, right? You know, it has to be real. It has to be sincere. You know, so I've gone through a whole lot of stuff. I've seen a whole lot of things. You know, I've always wanted to be wealthy. You know, growing up not having a lot, I wouldn't say we were poor. I don't think so. Simply because, you know, we had food to eat, we had clothing, we had a roof over our head. We were never homeless. We never went to bed hungry. You know what I mean? Now we didn't live in no fancy house or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But you know, we're okay. I thought we were okay, right? You know, but for me, when I look around, especially in my environment, the schools that I went to, my friends, you know, so sometimes your environment, okay, plays a role in who you become in life, okay? And so based upon everything that I saw, I just knew what I wanted out of life, right? The same way, you know, based upon growing up and how I saw like my grandparents, for example, you know, they were married until death, you know, came, etc. You know what I mean? So you see things and you pick up things and you kind of take the good and you kind of throw away the bad and all these things. And then you start to formulate your own ideas as to how you want to, you know, raise your family, right? What are the things that you want to achieve in life, and so on and so forth, right? So I think it's a combination of all of those things, Lorato, that you know, kind of make me the person who I am today, right? Is just from growing up, right? For example, probably age 10, maybe from age 10, I used to read the Bible, right? Maybe just no one told me to go do it, right? For whatever reason, I just did, right? And I would spend my time just reading it. I'm sure I didn't understand a thing that I'm reading, right? But, you know, I enjoy reading. And so it's one of the books that I read, okay? As an adult, I'm sure I've read it. I'm gonna be conservative and say at least 5 times, at least, right? I don't want to say 10. I think it's probably more like 10. But I'm gonna just be conservative and say at least 5 times from front to back, right? That I've actually, you know, read it upside, downside, studied it, all these different things, right? But I will also say that I've read the Quran, okay? I will also say that I've studied it. I will also say that I studied Judaism, okay? So I've studied a lot of different things overall. But in spite of all of that, I know what I believe. You understand? And I'm very strong-willed and steadfast in my beliefs. Okay, so I think all of that played a role, right? All played a role. So, you know, saying all of that, I think it's important that people are grounded in life. I think it's important that you have some sort of spiritual connection, right? I'm not going to tell you what you should believe in all these things. You know, that is for you to find your way, find your path, right? I do believe there's only one path, okay? And only time will tell if that's true or not, right? But I certainly only believe there's only one path. There's a lot of confusion in society. There's and it's deliberate, by the way, okay? A lot of people want to believe in the system and not realizing the system is what's enslaved you, right? You know, we say, you know, slavery is over, but the reality is it isn't, right? All people are enslaved, okay? All people, okay? Meaning the global population, we are all enslaved. And some of us have been able to break free from that, while others are still, you know, sometimes it's good to pay attention to movies, okay? Right? And there's been a lot of them. Enemy of the State, The Matrix, you know, lots of movies out there that, you know, people really should pay attention to. You know, great TV series called The Blacklister. Again, because there's truth that are administered in these things. You understand? But it's for you to be able to pull out what is truth and what is just a story. Okay? You'd be surprised how things are put right in front of you, and because you're not looking for it, it just passes you by. And it's just like opportunity. Sometimes opportunities are put in front of you and you just let it pass you by because you don't really have the eyes to see. You understand? Right? For example, a friend called me up and says, oh, I have this math problem. Yeah, can you solve it for me? I'm thinking, why do you have a math problem? Right? But he was trying to help his godson and so on and so forth. So that's how they came. And I just said, this is what the answer is. Right? And so how did you get that? I'm saying, like, it's right there. It's right in front of you. I mean, how you not get it? Like this was like something really, really basic. Right? I'm like, how you not get it? He said, well, how did you do it? I said, I just know it. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Okay, let me dial it back and let me kind of, write out the question and then just step by step. So this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, and this is the answer. You understand? So even though it's right there, I mean, my eyes can see it just like that, right? But his eyes could not see it. You know what I mean? But once I laid out the steps, okay, that makes so much sense. You understand, folks? So a lot of times there are things, and it's not just me. I'm saying it's people, right? You maybe have that same experience in certain things, right? Like I have a daughter that's very, very creative. And when she draws, I'm like, you did not draw that. But yeah, I did. I said, you sure? You know what I mean? Right? Like it's really, really good, right? So for her, that just comes like that, boom, 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 boom. It's just easy. She goes, oh, I did that like in an hour. I did that, boom, boom, boom. I was like, it only took you an hour to do that? She goes, and it's very detailed, very specific. You understand? And she was able to do that, okay? My son, math just boom. He just sees it, boom, just knows it. Doesn't have to put any effort into it. You understand? So I'm saying you have different individuals that things just come, right? I sent my other daughter a text and she wrote back and I'm like, did you write that? She goes, yeah, I did, right? I said, you sure you wrote that? You understand? So each one of them, they're just different. There's different things that they just boom like this, boom like that. But I can't say that all of them, you know what I mean, are the same. They're not. Different personalities, different characteristics, etc. Right? And so, you know, that's how life is, folks. You know what I mean? That's how life is. But you have to start with a foundation. You have to have some sort of foundation that you're grounded upon, that you're not going to move to the left or move to the right from, no matter what happens. You understand? That's your belief. That's what you're holding on to. That's your faith, right? And not because somebody else come and give you some feel-good message. Okay, you know what? Let me throw that out. Let me go take this up instead. And then somebody else comes along and give you a better feel-good message, and you throw that out and you can take that. You know what I mean? You have to be grounded. You have to know for sure, what do you actually believe in? What is it that you actually want to achieve in life for yourself and for your family? You have to know this, folks. Because if you don't know it, how will you recognize it when it's there in front of you? You'll not recognize it. You'll not be able to see it, right? So I know for me, it's always about, how can I take care? How can I provide? How can I support? How can I make sure that my family is good, right? So I'm able to pick things apart, see things, throw things out, hold on to things, right? I believe God has given me that ability to be able to do those things. You understand? And part of that is how you conduct yourself. Okay, are you a sincere person? Are you a trustworthy person, right? Can people believe in what you say? Are your words, are they actually your bond? You know what I mean? Do you just say stuff just to make people feel good, right? Or are you speaking truth? You understand? All those things makes a difference, right? And so I've been able to build up a massive network over time because I do my best to always be the best version of myself. You understand? Right? And so I think that makes a difference in how we attain success in life, right? Some people just want to get success by luck. I don't believe in luck. You understand? So, I just kind of fell into it. What do you mean you fell into it? Right? I believe in success by design, right? So I design my future. I design my success. I design what it is that I'm trying to attain in life, right? And that all of that comes together with my belief, with my mindset, how I think. You understand? I don't think small. Some people like to think small. Okay, here's this big number. Oh, you could be a millionaire, automatic internet millionaire. Oh, well, I could never be a millionaire. Why not? Why not? It's just numbers. It is just numbers. In anything that you do in life, if I have this product and I'm selling this product, I can become a millionaire if I sell enough of it, right? If I have this service, I can become a millionaire by producing enough of it. You understand? It doesn't matter what it is. In anything that you do, it's just numbers, right? And so all I simply do is, okay, well, this is the potential, bring it down, okay, and you just work the numbers backwards. Like, it's not rocket science, folks. But we have to apply ourselves, though. You know what I mean? Somebody puts a game plan in front of you. If you don't apply yourself, you're playing for the we just had the Super Bowl the other day, right? You're playing for the national championship, right? And the coach comes and says, okay, guys, here's the game plan for today. And the quarterback goes out there and he doesn't execute what the coach, but I drew it up on paper, black and white for you. Why didn't you run the play? Well, I just want to do my own thing, coach. Have a seat on the bench. Next, Donnie, you're up. You know what I mean? Right? We have to be able to execute. And if we execute, folks, right, the world is truly your oyster, as the saying goes. Okay? So it's all those things, Loretta. It's not a simple answer. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of from I was small, what I believed, my experiences as I went through life. And I put all these things together. Some stuff I throw away, some stuff I hold on to. You know what I mean? Making the adjustments a lot, because that's what life really is, folks. Life is an adjustment. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose. You know what I mean? How many teams go undefeated year after year? If every team went undefeated, like, how would that even make sense? Somebody has to lose, right? You know what I mean? You can't have 10 teams and all 10 teams are undefeated. Somebody has to lose, but not because they've lost a game. Doesn't mean they still can't win the championship. You understand? Doesn't mean they still can't win the championship. So in other words, not because you failed doesn't mean that you can't win. Doesn't mean that you can't succeed, right? As I said earlier, you just have to keep going. You just have to take action and continue pushing forward and believe that you can, right? This is where the whole faith, and the mountain and all of that comes in. You have to believe that you can actually do that. You understand? And a lot of people, they don't believe. They don't believe. You understand? They say they want to succeed, but they really don't. There's fear that's holding them back, right? Oh, but if I become successful, people are going to want to, begging me for money and calling me up and bothering me and all these things. I don't want that. So guess what? You're not going to succeed, right? Because with success, there's some things that come with that, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to be private. That's why it's not good to blast everything about yourself on social media. Hey, I just made $10 million. And you're just letting everybody know, hey, look at my fancy house. And you're showing everything to people. Hey, look at the new car I just bought, blah, 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 blah. All you're doing is just putting a target on your back for people to come and attack you. Makes no sense. No one needs to know all this stuff. Why? They need to know what's in my bank account. Why? You understand me? It's not necessary, is it? Okay? So we just have to be mindful in all that we do. It's good to just be easy, just be level-headed. Just be humble if you want to use that word.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah.
And good things will happen for all of us, for sure.
That was a mouthful. I'm sure most of us gleaned from this. Anybody that has an ear, I know we all gleaned from this. It's very profound what you said. What we believe is very, very important. So thank you for sharing that with us, Brother Michael. And the topic of loyalty that you broke down made me giggle a little bit. That some people, like you were mentioning, 2 jobs, that some people don't make enough money and they have to look for another job and they have to feed their families, but that it doesn't mean that they're not loyal. So I'm very, very happy that you got to mention that. especially at the time that we're in right now. A lot of people need help. And yeah, so most of us will do what needs to be done while we are still loyal to our dream, loyal to our grind, loyal to whatever that, you know. So it's very important that you mentioned it again, that we shouldn't mix things up and start, you know, creating and forming things.
You know what, my sister?
Yes,
right?
sir. Mm.
Prior to ONPASSIVE, I've always built multiple businesses at the same time. This is where the old automatic internet millionaire came about. Okay. We built multiple businesses at the same time. It was never one business at a time. And when we came to ONPASSIVE, it was like, oh, we don't need to be doing all of this stuff, right? We're good. One, and we're good. So we literally shut everything down. You understand? You know, there were some that was still, you know, generating income for us, stuff like that. But as far as building it, as far as promoting it, we literally shut everything down. You understand? So we've always had multiple stuff on the go. I grew up seeing my mom work 3 jobs. You understand? She worked 3 of them, 3, right? So, you know what I mean? So the idea of, you know, like multiple businesses or multiple jobs and all these things, that's nothing new, folks. I mean, people have been doing that for 19 so long, and people seem to think that if that's what you're doing, you know, you're no longer loyal and all this. That's just foolishness. Okay, don't let people tell you nonsense. Okay, the truth of the matter is, and what we've always said, by the way, we've always advised people, do what you need to do until ONPASSIVE is ready. Just be mindful of what you're doing, though, right? Be mindful, meaning try not to be losing money. And we've known some folks, this one lost 30,000, this one lost 25,000, this one lost. People have lost a lot of money over the past 6.5, 7 years by engaging in things that they shouldn't have been engaged in. You understand? So we've always advised. So it's nothing new, right? People, you know, all those videos are there. They can go back and listen to all these videos from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Listen to them all, okay? And you see that we've always, when that topic ever came up, we've always told people, just be mindful what you're doing out there, folks. That's all. Be mindful. You've worked hard for your money. So why'd you want to just throw it away like that? You understand? You've worked hard for it, no? You know what I mean? Right? You spend $100, $200, $300, $400, right? 1,000, 5,000. How long did it take for you to actually work at your job in order to get that? And then in a split second, you just throw it away. Makes no sense to me, right? I literally said to my daughter, I had this conversation with her, and I'm like, why did you go and withdraw your money from an ATM and they literally charge you 10% fee, 10%? I said, do you make 10% a second? Because that's how long it took you to pull that money out. And so it wasn't a lot. It was like $2 and something cents they charged her. But I'm trying to teach her the value, the principle. You understand? Right? It wasn't about the amount, right? But it was just for, because if you get this now at this young age, you're gonna take that with you in the future. You understand me? To be wise with your money, right? If you don't make 10% a second or 10% a minute or even 10% in one day, right? If you don't make that, then why are you spending that foolishly? Because she didn't have to do that. You understand me? If you just simply just use the Interact, right? Use the card at point of sale, it wouldn't have cost you that. So you just lost 10% for no reason. You gave the bank that for no reason at all. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. It's about life lessons, right? Nothing to do with the dollar amount, but the life lesson. So now she can hold on to that. Okay, I'm going to be more wise with my spending. That was her response. You understand? So that's what we do, folks. Okay, we always in a position where we're trying to educate, trying to teach, trying to support, right? Because we actually care about people. It's never about me, 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 me. I can do almost anything and make money. I can go trade currencies. I can go real estate. I can do segregated funds, mutual funds, bonds, stocks, whatever. You understand? Go start a business here, start a business there. I can do all those things. but how you make the money is still a choice. Okay, what you choose to do. I would rather make money by helping others make money than just going off in my little corner and just make money on my own. That's just preference. Some people say, no, I'd rather just be in it. I just want to be. No, there was a time where it was just me and the computer. That was it. Just me and the computer. And we just made money doing that. Right? But again, everything in life is a choice, folks. And to me, anytime you can help someone, it's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. Why not? Right? There's more than enough on this planet for every single one of us. Unfortunately, some don't want to share. You know what I mean? They just want to just hoard everything for themselves, right? And they don't want to share. You ever see that kid in the sandbox? You know what I mean? And the other child can't go inside there because this is my sandbox, and you know what I mean? As opposed to that child that says, yeah, come on in, come. Let's all come together. Let's all have fun in the sandbox. Okay, well, that's me. I want us to all come into the sandbox and have fun in anything and everything that I do, right? It just, again, some of these things it's just built in you. You understand? And a lot of it is repetition, right? To me, everything is a way of life. Everything's a way of life. How I eat is a way of life. You understand? Exercise, way of life. You know what I mean? Everything is a way of life. When I get up in the morning, it's a way of life. When I go to bed at night, it's a way of life, right? So these things, they come to you just like that. You don't have to think about it because it becomes a way of life, right? And I've said this to you before. If somebody's trying to lose weight, for example, just make that a way of life. If you make it a way of life, it's easy to do. It really is, right? I've seen so many people try this diet, that diet, all these different things and spending crazy money. You don't need to spend any money at all if you want to lose weight. No money at all. Zero, zilch, zip. You don't need to go join Jenny Craig. Okay. You don't need Ozempic. You don't need none of that stuff. And you don't need to even change what you're eating. This is free advice I'm giving you. All you got to do is cut your food in half. Simple. Cut it in half. If you eat 10 Big Macs a day, eat 5. Eat 5. Okay? If you love to have 12 donuts a day, eat 6. So you're still eating the donuts, right? Even though it's bad for you, right? But hear what I'm saying though. You're still eating the donuts, but instead of eating 12, you're eating 6. I guarantee you, you're gonna lose weight. Guaranteed. So see that? You just got free advice. You don't have to spend how many thousands of dollars for Jenny Craig or whatever the latest, greatest diet thing is out there. All these people just trying to make money off you. You understand? You don't need to do all that, folks. And that's even if you don't even exercise. Because some people don't like to exercise. I don't know why, but some people don't like it. Okay, no problem, right? But even if you don't, you understand? It's very simple, folks. Just to take that one lesson, okay, and go apply it. Remember now, you have to apply it, okay? You like to eat a big plate of food like this, okay, like a lot of Americans do, okay? No problem. Just cut it in half, right? Reduce it in half, and I guarantee you're going to lose weight. See how simple that is? Now, when you add exercise to it, okay, it speeds up the process even more. So you're going to lose it even faster. When you start to now all of a sudden change some of the things that you're eating, it speeds up the process even that much more. You follow me? But just one thing, if only one thing you had to do, just cut it in half. Really, really simple. Every day, just cut it in half. All right? Anyways, next.
Thank you, Brother Michael. You said everything. That was a mouthful. From me, there's nothing else. So I'm just going to we know that you have limited time today. So I think it's only fair to let other people also have you and ask you questions, right? So I think it's only fair. So from my side, I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Michael.
Thank you so much, Brother Michael. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, sis.
Dr. Benny, I see you are there. Okay. You have a question? Over to you, sis.
Queen Yvonne, could you please proceed?
Are you wanting me to ask a question? Is that what you're saying, Queen Dr. Benny?
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Let me
I see
Thank
Brother
you.
Shaggy's hand has been up.
Okay, let Brother Shaggy, you can proceed, and then before I can ask my own question. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate this time. Brother Mike, thank you for always finding time to come share snippets with us from the wisdom God gave you and you developed. I totally appreciate a lot of things that you mentioned today. And especially the questionnaire asking about what's in your call. Now we can see what's in that call of faith, and it's taking faith in God and the effort to believe and let experiences guide you. That's really, really something to think about. I really appreciate when you say you go to teach these children with a flat rate, not wanting to burden the parents, even if you take more than 1 hour, maybe even 3 hours, and you still charge that flat rate to show your desire to build those young people, not to make money off them. And it works all the time. It brings blessings. Mm-hmm. I remember when I finished at computer school, when I got here, I started to teach people in the church how to do computing. I never got paid. And people got jobs. And then one day the pastor stood up and said, "There's a brother here who's been teaching people how to do computing. And I'm advising him to start a school. I don't know what he's waiting for." And everybody laughed and joked and said, "Oh, they know what it is." Then he gave me a floor in the church to start training people. That month, somebody in the church who worked for the education department in New York gave me a contract that was $60,000. Wow. So it really works when you just do things. God will bring this positive. So really, really, really awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm reading a book that talks about us to imagine heaven. Why do I bring this up? When you said you read the Quran, it just really resonated with me. I did comparative religion. I literally can pray in about 5 or 6 religions and converse eloquently, even though I have my belief. But I wanted to know the core of their belief so I can respect what they stand for and have an understanding of other faith. And then I began to study near-death experiences of people in those particular religions to understand what is in the hereafter. That's a story for another day. So it's really fascinating to take your time to just go beyond what you believe in faith to know about other religions. I really appreciate you sharing that. The question I'm going to ask, you didn't have to answer it. And you answered it the way you choose. Right? It's not meant to put you in the bind or to confront or to arouse anything. It's just my own mindset sometimes. Mm-hmm. And here's the question. What is the state of the union of ONPASSIVE? Now, you may not know anything because you're not Mr. Ash, but I have made up my mind a while back that if I don't see you and I see you, I see Mr. Ash. That could be right or wrong. I just have a feeling that you have his heartbeat, you won't, tell us wrong. And so part of my confidence is once he shows up a month, that's Ash showing up once a month, and it's fine. And here's my take. If he's building a new software, or he's trying to get the software back together, or he's replacing what was broken, or he's anything, something just tells me that even though I have my faith and I have my belief in the right place, I don't like to be in the know, not of the call, how this happened, how that happened, when are we going to get this? No. Just to say, we're working on it. So forgive me if that was too forward, but that's my question. The second question, I'll wait for another time.
Okay, so the state of the union. So like I'm on CNN or something. So it's wait mode is all I'm going to say. Okay, is because the only person that can come and tell you what the state of the union is Ash Mufareh. No one else. And when I say no one else, I mean no one else. Okay. Only him can come and tell us that. And so we're waiting for that. Okay. And when he's ready, he will do so. Again, we can speculate, we can guess, all these things, but that doesn't do anyone any good, because it may be true, it may not be true, right? That's why it's called speculation. So, I would say, and this is what I've been saying to others. We're waiting for our CEO to come to let us know what the next step is or are. Okay. If there's multiple steps, okay, the next phase, if you wish, right? We're waiting for that. And so no one has the answer. Okay. No one does. And so we just have to continue to wait for that. And I know people are putting stuff out there, right? And people are posting things and all of this stuff. Okay. No date has been given. Okay. It's not 6 months. It's not 90 days. It's not 1 month, right? It's not 1 year. No date has been given. We just continue to wait, right? And so I've always said in the past about expectation, right? You come to a meeting and you come in with expectation. Okay, I'm expecting the CEO is going to say this. And then he doesn't say it. Then you walk away all upset, right? Because you came with an expectation, you understand? And then it wasn't fulfilled, right? So to me, the best thing that all of us can do is just continue to be in wait mode. Continue with your life, right? Continue to stay engaged. Continue to plug in whenever you can, wherever you can. And in due time, right? Time will always reveal everything, right? We can't get away from that, right? Time will always reveal everything. And so we will see, when the time comes, we'll see what we're working with, and then we'll take it from there. So that's the best way I can answer it, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Can't be any specific, with regard to that, but we just continue to wait and see. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Appreciate that.
Sure. And I'll just throw this on as well. So I'm not telling people that they need to go out there and explore this religion or that religion or whatever.
Oh no.
Right. So I'm just making it clear.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm just sharing my experience, what I've done. Right. And
No.
so you understand me? So
Yep.
I've studied it from an academic standpoint, right? And so on and so forth. But
Thank you.
all of us
Appreciate that.
just do you. Okay. Whatever your heart's desire, right? Whatever your mind is telling you, just follow your gut.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dr. Benny, I've been waiting for you all day. Come on.
Oh my, I have like 20
you're
questions for you, right?
Well,
But I have a lot. By the way, a happy Sunday to you, sir.
Thank you.
Before I ask my question, I just want to take this moment to thank our welcome team, Queen Marie and our King Alfred Shea. I want to appreciate you. Our moderators, Queen Irene Ekwede. Do you guys know we do have one of our king, the handsome man. He is really helping us to monitor our YouTube channel. His name is Brother Mumudu, the handsome man. And Queen Rose, thank you all. And I want to thank our host as well, our Queen, Dr. Patient Ajongwen. Thank you so much for this amazing webinar. And what should I say? Our chat monitor, Queen Yvonne Finn, I love you so much. Thank you. But guess what? Our mindset for today, our beautiful sister, Queen Larato Shadare, thank you so much. We all love you. You want to just make me feel better. Thank you so much. Thank you. And guess what? Do you guys know our presenter for today? Our extraordinary one and only Mr. Michael Williams Elms. Thank you so much for this. You are really answering the questions, making us to understand what our Queen Kanla and Queen Larato, they are asking you questions and you're making us to really understand. And they keep talking about believe, believe, believe. Now, my own question with this belief stuff. I noticed that they're talking about belief. Now, in the Bible, the word believe means more than simply agreeing in our minds that something might be true. It means trust, that we believe so strongly in God that we are willing to commit our lives to Him and live a way we know He wants us to live. You guys keep talking about believe, believe. All right. Do you think that it was a mistake to let us believe that ONPASSIVE will move faster than the actual IT companies? Just one question for now, but even though I have 20.
I'm so glad I won't be here for all 20. Woohoo! All right. So I don't think anything that we've believed in the past or in the present is a mistake, right? Not at all, right? Now, you have people that, excuse me, were misguided in some of the things that they have said. Some people believe that ONPASSIVE was going to take over the world. And I'm like, what? Like, where'd you get that from? Right? You know, we've always said that as we look at the different industries, right? So if we're talking about e-learning, for example, and we said, okay, all right, Academy, if we get just 5% of the market, right? Not we're gonna be the only platform that's gonna be there for e-learning, right? The same thing with regards to OConnect, video conferencing. Again, same thing. If we just get 5, but yet some people believe that, oh, we're gonna put Zoom out of business, we're gonna put Skype and AnyMeet and all these different things, and I'm like why do you think that? Is that normally what happens when a company comes to the table? Is that how business work? Right? When GM, came in, did they put Ford out of business? I don't think so. You know what I mean? When BMW and the list goes on, did they put, these earlier companies out of business? No, they didn't, right? The same thing when you talk about fast food chains, it's the same thing. Did all these other companies come up with McDonald's out of business? You know what I mean? Right? And so, that's never my train of thought. I'm always thinking, you know what? If we can get just a small percentage, a small percentage, a small percentage, a small percentage. Okay. This is the big pool. Okay. But you just get a small percent of the pie because those small percentage will add up. You know what I mean? If you get 5% from the video conferencing market, okay, great. And you get 5% from the e-learning market, okay, great. What about domain names? You get 5% from that market and so on. So you're getting a bit of everything, right? And that's how you have a successful business. You understand? And so people have to realize that, okay, Walmart comes out, and Walmart, when they first came out, like, were they selling groceries? They weren't. You can go to Walmart and buy groceries in the early days, right? But it says, you know what? Maybe we can get a small percent of the grocery market. So, hey, let's throw some groceries up in here. You know what I mean? Right? So that's the idea. To me, that's the ONPASSIVE. So it's not about, it's going to put all these AI companies out of business, or it's going to take over the world, or none of that stuff, right? But it will find its place, right? It will find its place. And so, based upon the products that it will have, right? If we think about this, folks, ONPASSIVE first did what? ONPASSIVE first built a community. A lot of people seem to miss that, okay? ONPASSIVE first built a community, and you build that foundation for your community, and guess what you do after that? Okay, now you bring these products to the table, okay? Now you bring these products now you drop them in, okay? We started with OConnect, where people can now go buy it. So in other words, now we're able to monetize. You understand? And unfortunately, things didn't work as we thought it was going to. But no problem. You reset, come back again, and we move forward. Okay? And so that's kind of where we're at right now. But certainly, no, I wouldn't say it was a mistake for people to think what they did. I'm talking about those who were thinking the right things. I'm not talking about the ones who had this pie in the sky ideas and what have you. Okay? And so it's still a viable option. It's still, the whole focus, the vision, mission, all of that, it still makes sense, okay? Because there are lots of people around the world that needs help. I believe ONPASSIVE will be one of those companies that will be able to help others, okay? But we first have to see what's on the table. We first have to see what's the next phase. Because our CEO has said things have changed. Okay, what are those things, right? What are those things? So when he comes, he will give us all the information that we need so that we can move forward. Do I intend to move forward? Absolutely. I've put a lot of time and effort and energy and money and all these things into this company. So why would I not expect to move forward? You understand, folks? You know what I mean? So we just have to continue to wait. But no, let's continue to trust the process. Let's not worry about, if this was a mistake or that was a mistake. We'll learn from everything, even what we have said. We've learned from what we've said, right? We've learned from that. So when we go into the future now, we know how to, make the necessary adjustments in what we say, right? And again, it's a lifelong journey, right? A lifelong journey. Okay. I have time for one more. So if there's another, I'll take another, and then I have to excuse myself.
Dr. B, if you are remaining 19 questions for the next month.
Okay, I'll wait. Okay.
Because our brother is coming every month, as we say, right? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I've just bashed in. I didn't want to, because you say you have a little time, and I know Dr. B's questions are deep. let's keep it for and continue with the next fire chat 19. Keep them safe, Dr. Benny. We'll answer the 19. And for every Dream Team on Pacifian that comes here, please write your question. Remember, our brother has promised once a month with us. Bring the next month. But Jesus, was this not such a deep conversation?
Yep, always.
Oh yes,
it was.
I don't even know. I'm not going to bother my brother and say, oh, just give me a take-off message, because this was so deep. My God, I don't even know. I was taking some notes. This has really touched me, because a lot of time we actually just, as Sister Carla started, all these words, they're kind of interconnected, but they have their own impact in our life. And we have to really be careful how we use them in our life. And I teach mostly statistics to graduate, the PhD student, and nurses student that have to get their doctor in nursing, and I do it for free. For free. People have asked me, why are you not charging? I say, that's my own gift to the world. And some of them will come and insist that I want to give you something. I say, you know what? I take care of underprivileged children. What do you think you want to give to those kids? If you, whatever God has led you to give for those kids, you can give me, I'll send it to the kids. But I have never taken money. I might be foolish. People have asked me to go and teach in schools that I'm the best teacher. I said, I don't think so. I don't want that commitment. But you have said something, the core, the way you've grown, how you make money matters. That's what I wanted to just say, Brother Michael. How you make money matters. This is really profound, people, if you don't understand. Because some people will sell your blood to make money and they don't care. But it's like, I don't want to be successful alone. And I believe that's what attracted him into ONPASSIVE, because they had that type of vision, that or mindset that he had, or he have. How you make money matters. That should be resound to us. I just wanted to recap that, Brother Michael, because sometimes it's all about the money, that we can lose our soul because we want to get money. And the foundation is profound.
Well, that is why the good book says, for the love of money, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people confuse that and think, oh, that means I shouldn't be rich, I shouldn't be wealthy, I shouldn't get money, right? Because money is the root of all evil. Never said that. Right? It says, when riches come, right? Okay, you don't want to set your mind on it, so it shouldn't be a focal point. But if it says when riches come, it simply means that it's okay to be rich, okay? And so on and so forth. It's just how you go about it. You have people that are trafficking people to make money.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have people that are selling poison to people. Clearly, that's not a good thing. You understand? Right? And the list goes on and on and on and on. So there's lots of different ways to make money on this planet. Okay? So certainly how you go about it does matter. I don't believe in taking advantage of people, right? But you have lots of people who do, and they don't care. You know what I mean? I'm sure you all get these text messages and emails and all these things, right? That tell you, right? Oh yeah, oh this is Canada Post, and you know, and your parcel's stuck here at the border, and right, you got to send money to release the parcel and all this.
Yeah.
Come on now, right?
Terrible.
And then you have some folks who fall for certain things because of greed, right? So for example, oh, you know, this is the minister of finance for this particular country, and you know what I mean, I've been commissioned, you know, to send you, you know, $2 million, and all we need is a processing fee, you know, of $1,000, and this $2 million is all yours. But you understand me? And we say, oh, yeah, let me send the $1,000 because I want the 2,000. You understand? Okay, that's silly, right? Why would they? Oh, this is Donald Trump reaching out to you. Why would he be reaching out to me? I have no connection with him, and people will believe that message that this is Donald Trump reaching out to them, and he wants to give them whatever. This is Elon Musk, or you know, this is the Prime Minister of Canada, right? Justin Trudeau, right? And he has a way for you to become wealthy, and now he decides to share it with you. Really? You really think that's the case? You know what I mean? But you have people who fall for stuff like that, right? We just have to be mindful, folks. There's, you know, too many people are out there just trying to pull from you what they can, and they don't care what happens to you. You know what I mean? They just don't care. So we have to be mindful, right? We have to be very, very careful in this space. This whole thing called the internet, right? The power is there to make a lot of money, and the power is there to lose a lot of money. Do you understand? People think that money's made out of thin air. It isn't. It isn't. There's usually a winner and there's a loser. Okay? And just about everything. Just even your grocery store. Your grocery store is trying to pull money from your pocket. So they design their store in certain ways, you understand me, to maximize, right? There's that word again, to maximize, you know, what they can get out of your pocket. So they set it up the store in a psychological way to appeal, you know what I mean, to the way they want you to come in and shop. Also, folks, it's you know, the rabbit hole is very, 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 very deep. Okay, right? But the bottom line is stay grounded. Understand that there are actually people out there that do care, right, about humanity, right? And there's actually people out there that will try and put things in place to help and support, right? And then you're going to obviously have the other side of the coin, where people are just out there to destroy, people that are out there just to enrich themselves and all these things. So you just have to be mindful. Keep your eyes open. If your eyes are open, you should be able to see, right? If your eyes are open, you should see that there's a ditch in the road. So don't go walk in it, okay? You go around it. Jump over it if you can. You understand? And if you know you can't jump, don't try to jump over it. Walk around it, right? Because you may end up falling into it and there's no return. So you just be mindful. Let's just continue, you know, to keep hope alive, as Mr. Jesse Jackson stated, right? Because there's something, I think, greater in store for all of us. I really believe that, right? And we just have to let time do its thing. Let time do its thing. All right? So with that, I say enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening. Thanks for having me. And I look forward to being with you again come next month. All right?
Thank you, Brother Michael.
Thank you, Brother Michael. This was so exceptional. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
We all love you.
All right, over to you, the moderators. Are we passing back to the Q&A to continue? The conversation is not ended. Just our brother had to leave today, had some prior engagement, but wanted to make his commitment for our monthly fire chat. So I'll send it back over to the Q&A team. But do we want to reach out to updates and see whether there's any updates? Over to you, Q&A and moderators, please.
Okay. Yeah, I know Q&A you're ready and set to go. But let's see if Dr. D in the house, if he has any updates. Update team. All right. I see Dr. Derek.
Dr. D is in the house. Maybe I believe he may be trying to unmute.
All right.
So we can start with Queen Khan. Okay, go ahead, Dr. D.
And a lot of love. Okay. All right. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our global kings and queens in the house. Really appreciate, really appreciate, really appreciate. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Queen Loretta Shadari. Awesome mindset, very awesome mindset that actually takes precedent, really and truly. Where may I? Oh, has anyone ever read this book? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Anyone ever read this book? The Mental Success Formula. Anyone ever read that book? The Mental Success Formula. Anyone ever read that book? No? Man, that is a good, very good book. Awesome. The Mental Success Formula. If you haven't read it, please give it a read. The person who wrote that book, which is Dr. Paul Hissin, Hissin, something like that. Dr. Paul Hissin or Hissin. He wrote that book, and I tell you, it is right up there with those major hitters, you know, and so give it a read. He will be joining Deep Dive. I think it's the first Thursday in March. First Thursday in March. So, you know, you'd hear more about that over in Deep Dive. But the mindset, because he does a lot, especially with mindset, and the mindset, which is very important, which I thank Queen Loretta Shadari and all our mindset persons like Queen Yvonne Finn and you know, and all the rest, Queen Miriam Edwards and Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford and Queen Jacqueline Warner, and at times King Dr. John, and oh my goodness, you know, the mindset is what really should take precedence in our lives, to ensure that we feed it properly, just like how, you know, you feed your body properly in order to, you know, move around and, you know, travel around and thing. And if you're sick physically, you know, you're not able to move around if you're not getting the proper nutrients, if you're not exercising and so on. It's the same thing with the mind. Same thing with the mind. If you're not feeding the mind properly, then problems. It's a lot of problems up there. All right. And we find out when we, you know, when we visit the mental hospitals, because the mind is not set properly. All right. And definitely we will we will like to also thank King Michael Williams Aim and for his presentation. It was awesome, awesome. There's no updates. We are still on the waiting, or still on the patient section of life, and people still coming and texting and WhatsApping me, saying that they want back the $97 at this stage of the game. I, I don't know how to respond, really and truly. I don't know how, I just ignore that those texts or those WhatsApp messages. Oh, I have 4 accounts and I pay for all 4 of them, and oh my goodness, and I want back my money now because nothing is happening. What do you say? I don't even know. Queen Evans, if you can give me a something to respond to, maybe that, because I don't know how to respond to that today. Because we're talking about last week. Last week we're talking about
Dr. Derek, you are taking the correct course, because there are some things that defies any kind of an answer. Anything you give would just lead you into a pointless argument. So I think the best thing to do is exactly what you are doing. That's what I do. I just ignore it.
Okay,
Truly.
because there's no way to really respond to something like that in my estimation. But anyway, as we said, no updates, no new, fresh, spanking new update from our CEO, Sir Ash Mufare. And, so we are just waiting. We know that he's working assiduously. We know that because listen, based on the fact, and I tell you, this year, I believe that it is going to be a magnificent year,
I agree.
right?
Yes.
Because he's working on it. That much I know. He's not packing up his dulcimina or packing up his grip and going anywhere. He's still flowing with things and getting things back on track. But it's hard. It's even hard to deal with business when you live up the road. It's hard to deal with a business even when you live up the road. Much less living in our next state, much less living in our next country. Halfway around the globe. So it's difficult. So for him to really sift through all of that, it's really amazing. It's really amazing, and awesome to be doing that kind of thing, because unfortunately, people in all walk of life like when a big stick is held over them head right on spot. That is what generally people like. So we just want to continue keep Ash Mufare and his family in prayer, because it is going to be an awesome development as we move on. I do know that he needs our prayer. He needs our support, and he needs our well wishes that we do from time to time. So we thank Ash Mufare and his family and the team working assiduously, for us. So just keep faith, have hope, and trust. And as King Michael Williams Ames said, that he gives no reason not to trust. People give us reason not to trust, and we still trust. And he give us, and one of the major things, as Michael just said, one of the major things is that we have an awesome community, never before community that that is very dear to my heart personally. You know, First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, and we have Queen Yvonne Finn, awesome lion-looking lady. Don't know why the two of them have that lion look, you know, or lioness look. I don't know if it's a thing. You know, I'm not sure, but they just look lion-like, and you know. So I don't know if it's something that is happening or if it's the food. Well, I don't know, because one live in US and one live in Canada, so it couldn't be the food. All right, but anyway, you know, they just you know, jump out at you as to lioness, and then you have Queen Lily Lane looking very smithy and nice up there in North Carolina, you know, and Queen Priscilla and King Carlton, you know, always looking awesome, you know, and Queen Rosanna and everybody, Queen Canla, oh my goodness, Queen Lorato and Queen Irene looking like she dream, and definitely is a queen, most definitely, and all our kings and queens in the house. Really appreciate everyone, and we thank you all for making it Dream Team, because I tell you, with 500 plus webinar. Listen, and we have to understand, you know, that in the short space of time, I think it's about 4 years now, right? But you have to understand that they have been, we have been doing webinars sometime every day of the week, you know. I don't know if you catch that.
Yes.
You know, and it was I think we started out like either 2 or 3 times a week. I remember once there was a Saturday meeting that Pastor Shaggy and I think Queen Canlato used to
Yes.
used to major in, and so on. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's every week, sometimes 3 times for the week generally, and every day of the week, because it was like from Sunday to Sunday. There was no break for Dream Team. Sometimes it was Sunday to Sunday. All right, for maybe about a couple months. Well, and so it's a lot to have all of these programs going on and on and on. You know, trust in the people that comes and deliver messages and presentations, and we just, the community here at Dream Team is just awesome. Lovely people, awesome people. My best friend, Queen Dr. Patience. You know, I tell you, sometime when she call me, or sometime when I call her, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, hoping that Pastor Dr. John, which is a nice, kind-hearted man, that him don't beat me up, because I tell you, praise the Lord. So, some men would be aggressively disgruntled. You know, I tell you, you calling them wife 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not right. You know, but sometimes it does have to happen. You know, so I tell you, it's just a loving, great community. And if nothing else happen, I believe with all my heart, this has been a treasure for me. This has been a treasure for me to meet all these wonderful, fabulous, spirit-filled, anointed persons that I meet thus far in ONPASSIVE. And I thank each and every one of you for being my family. Because you're no more friends again. Friends to, Lele. You are family. And I love you all. And I thank you all for the blessings that you have bestowed upon me over the few years, going 4 years now, I think, for most of us, really and truly. And it has just been an awesome journey. Okay. Over to you, Queen Kanla. I know that you are one of the major players in the update team. So over to you, Queen Kanla.
Wonderful. How can I follow you after everything you said, Dr. D? You just said everything. I mean, thank you for thanking us. And I want to reciprocate the thank you to you. Everyone also wants to say thank you, because as much as we have been supporting each other, you have supported us a lot more than we sometimes appreciate and say we love you, we thank you, we see you. So thank you also. And just to add my my little belief to everything that has happened today on this webinar, I think we may say our conversation has been centered around belief and trust. I truly believe this was not a coincidence, because how smoothly everything has moved up till where we are now. I think if we have forgotten about our New Year resolutions already, this webinar will be a wake-up call for us to renew that belief and faith in our ONPASSIVE business, and also to ourselves, while we wait, like Dr. Derek has reminded us, like our brother and King Michael Williams has reminded us, let us wait. And while we are waiting, this is just another opportunity to renew that faith, renew that belief, renew that trust that attracted us here. Hold on to it, our foundation, and look onward forward for that time when our CEO comes and says, yes, we are ready. Let's move on. So thank you. Thank you. It's been so inspirational. I am so excited and elated. And I also want to say thank you to everyone, because it's been a journey and a really good one for me too, as well as everyone. So back to you, our moderators.
Okay. Thank you both so much, Dr. D and Queen Kanla. We always look forward to updates. I called it my bestest topic on the agenda. So thank you both for walking us down memory lane on what we have been through since we started the Dream Team. We're not going to talk about that today. I know Dr. Benny has a lot for us, and probably those who are in attendance today. So I'm going to switch it back to the Q&A team. And over to you, please.
Yes, thank you. I want to thank each and everyone. I appreciate you guys. But the most important person I want to thank is our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us this evening. I mean, he woke us up this morning, right? I want to thank him. And I pray that when you guys have the time, create time just to pray for our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, his entire family, as well as our newest tech team that we know that they are working behind the scene, they're working harder. That is why you guys are not seeing our CEO. You guys notice that he used to come here, well, not here, Dream Team, but on the webinar. He used to come, sometimes he would stay for 7 hours just talking. Now you guys are not happy because you're not seeing him. The reason for him talking that time, this time, he wants to be quiet, work hard, and just come and surprise us. I just want you guys to understand that. Just wait for him, please. It is stated that the patient dog eats the fattest bone. Thank you all for understanding. Thank you for the update, team. We appreciate you. Queen Kanla, we do know that you wear like 3 hats or 4 hats. I just appreciate you. Thank you for your love and support. And you know about our host, that she's here all the time. If she's not here, we cannot be here. But she wants to make sure she appoint everybody to do certain things. Queen Patient, Dr. Patient Ajongwen, we appreciate you and we love you with all our heart. And we appreciate your husband as well, King Dr. John Ajongwen. Thank you. Queen Kanla, Queen Yvonne Finn,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe there is something on the chat.
Yes, there's a long comment here from Olufuni Osato. I don't know what the last name is, Osao. Anyways, the comment goes like this. It says, everyone on earth waits. It is God's time. Even God waits when creating the universe. Not that he couldn't do it in a single day, but he's teaching us how to wait if we're going to live in a realm of time. Waiting is good for humans. If the creator of the universe has to subject himself to time, who are we? Good night, everyone, she said. I'm assuming it's a woman. Wait and wait for the manifestation of ONPASSIVE, from the realm of the unseen to the one you can see. Thank you. Very well said. Thank you. Absolutely. You know, and I don't even call it waiting. I never really call it waiting. I just say it's a preparation time because we are so confident that it's going to happen, that we're preparing. And that is why it's so important, as our brother just said earlier, that we go on with our other lives that we were doing before. Don't just sit with our hands idly. I mean, you prepare, because some of us, as Dr. Derek has just said, people are still calling and asking foolish things like for their money back. But do they really know what this company is and what's going on with it? They have not even logged into the OES. And it's called the OES for a reason. Everything that Mr. Mufareh has set up here, it's an ecosystem in which we are now a wonderful family. And as our brother said again, the foundation is there and it's built. We are building, we're climbing. I mean, I don't understand what the issue is. He didn't give us a time. He didn't say it was going to be done in so and so. And of course, he has to be cautious now because of the challenges that he's facing. Any human being would do that. It's just wisdom, discernment, understanding. And he's a godly person, like most of us are here. So he's being directed by God. So let him have his time and just remain loyal. That's another one of the words we heard here. So that's me. You know, I don't talk, but I just had to get that off my chest. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Queen Yvonne Finn. You know that if I have the money to pay them, remember that if you just give them the money right now, next week, ask them if they still have that money. They're not thinking. That is why we do have mindset, right? We can give you the money right now. Okay, I'm going to work some doubles and give it to you. And I pray that you should not ask any money again from our CEO. How about that? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Dr. Benny, thank you.
Do we have any other question, please, on the chat? Does anyone have any questions? Any question? if you have question, I mean, to our presenter, you can either write it on the chat so that we can save the question for next month, or you guys can still wait for next month and bring your questions. How about that? Thank you all. I love you all with all my heart, mind and soul, despite the fact that Queen Loretta says, did anyone says I love you today?
Brother Shaggy has a comment. I don't know. He says, yay, I will pay off that student loan, LOL.
Oh, you're talking about my own student loan, right? Well, I know a lot of us have student loan, but
Yeah.
do you guys know that my niece student loan is $500,000?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, because she just like going to school upon school upon school. So we all just have to wait. Thank you. But guess what? Oh, before we, just depart, do you guys notice when you guys started, when you joined ONPASSIVE, I believe that you guys had a job, right? Okay. By you having a job, which means you can still wait, isn't it? Continue your 9-to-5 job, or continue any on your online businesses while waiting for ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is here to stay. Our CEO make us to really understand that no one can stop ONPASSIVE except God. He is here to eradicate poverty and to uplift humanity. He loves you and I. Thank you all. I will hand it over now back to our moderator, Queen Irene.
So we do not have any more questions. Wow, that was quick. The topic, is it that the topic, it was so good that we don't have any more questions? How about comments?
But guess what?
Is no one excited to share anything more?
Well,
right.
Remember I said I have 20 questions, right? It's just the unfortunate thing is that he's not here, right? Because if he was here, we would have been here till 5 o'clock.
I know.
Probably past 5 o'clock because he answers every question elaborately, very long.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And for me, one thing I also picked up is the reinforcement of keep doing what we are doing and do not believe the fact that the information or what you're reading out there, that this is it. No. That ONPASSIVE was going to be the all and all. Because I think, like Brother Michael said, somewhere along the line, many of us believed or listened to that information that ONPASSIVE was going to be everything. As of even yesterday, I talked with a fellow family ONPASSIVian who is still not happy that ONPASSIVE has not delivered. ONPASSIVE has not done what it said it was done. And then I didn't have any response for them either. And I said, what are you doing? Keep on doing what you're doing. Let us keep doing what we are doing and we wait for the next update. And so with that kind of mindset, it becomes even difficult for you to even understand that many things can be true at the same time. ONPASSIVE is ongoing. You still continue to do your job and any other opportunity that comes along your way. Brother Michael talked of, what was that word? Multiple stuff going on at the same time, or there is a possibility we can create multiple millionaires from multiple businesses that we can do. Yes, it's a possibility, we can do it. But if only we can change that mindset and believe that, yes, we can still do it. ONPASSIVE has not failed. It is ongoing and it's not going anywhere. It's unstoppable. unstoppable, no matter what. So anything that comes along, we take it and we continue moving along with ONPASSIVE. And to me, that my belief is not going to change. Not anytime soon. And no longer listening to anybody who comes with negativity about ONPASSIVE because their mindset is totally not at the same wavelength. Let me borrow Sister Lorato's words. The same sphere of energy with me. So thank you.
Thank you, Queen Kanla. Yeah. I think it's just that, ONPASSIVE is going to be great. It's going to be big. And when it started, we saw that coming, but the enemy also saw it. And once there's that fight between the good and the bad, there is delay. But the devil was defeated a long time ago. So no matter how hard he tries, he is still going to fail. It's just going to delay. Just like when Daniel prayed, his prayer was answered same day. It took 21 days to get to him. I'm sure at some point he thought, well, maybe God did not hear me or did not answer me. But not knowing that God had answered, it doesn't get there because that answer was slowed down. The arrival was slowed by the princes and princesses of that region where he was. So it's the same thing with ONPASSIVE. So we're not going to give up. It's just delayed, but it will get there. That is my encouragement for everyone. And that is how I encourage myself.
Yes.
You have to encourage yourself in the Lord.
Amen.
And don't let all that negativity or whatever that is going on bring you down. And of course, it's difficult.
Absolutely.
It's difficult for us to tell everyone that. I have close friends and family that would not even listen to me say anything about any investment, any business, anything that we can get into. Nope, they're done because ONPASSIVE didn't get to where it's supposed to get yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but when the time comes, they're gonna be like, oh my God, why did I let the devil deceive me? So, all right, that's it.
Thank you, sister.
Okay, so if we don't have any questions yet, any more questions or comments or anything, I'm gonna pass it over to Dr. P, and then maybe we'll get the rest of our Sunday to ourselves.
Sister Irene, I was enjoying your sermon.
Anyway,
Meno.
Thank you all. Thank you all watching us on YouTube. I just want to thank all of you, great ONPASSIVians, for your commitment, for your belief, for your trust. And we've had the story shared so many times. Ali Baba's secretary, when they told her they were going to be rich years in, years out. I think it took 13 years or 12. Who knows that story?
I don't remember the number of years.
Remember the number of years.
Yeah, it was a long time. She waited. She was patient. It did not mean that she did not have another way to feed her family, right? But she stayed engaged with the process, with the vision that her boss had, and she ended up being a millionaire. As our brother guest speaker has said today, as long as our CEO hasn't told us otherwise, there's nothing for us to speculate. As long as he has not said, sorry, I tried, I've shut the shop, means the shop is still open. It might not be out for ready for us to start selling goods. It might just be like when you're trying to open a brand new shop, you have to You have to at least get the space, prepare the space, put the shelf, buy the goods, put them before you open the doors, right? And you'll be advertising coming soon, coming soon. Most of the time they say coming soon. Nobody says coming today, coming soon. ONPASSIVE is coming, people. Let's just stay the course and see what God has for us. So, as Dr. D has said, when we have to call at 1 a.m. to do some adjustment of schedules, we do it. We try, and somebody picks the phone, fine, right? It's not that, yeah, I don't stay, as I said, I don't sleep with my phone in my bedroom. So if you call me, if I've gone to bed, I will not pick it. So anytime, call me. That's what Dr. Derek too says. If I don't pick it, means. So we just called, right? And if somebody's there to pick it up. And let's keep our mind. We've heard from our guest speaker and from a lot of leaders in this platform. How your belief and how you steadfast in your belief, right? You have to have a solid foundation so people don't persuade you. I'm laughing because it's not on, as long as we've put our face out there, because we wanted to make sure our community stays engaged. People reach out to all of us, even last week. Because last week or beginning of this week, they want their money back. Oh, you brought me in, I need my money. Because sometimes our people don't have the sense of business. I'm like, the business, I'm not saying that it's closed. So why can't you just stay fast and see what God has for us? Hopefully this experience will shape some of us as well in the future on the fruit of the Spirit. With that said, please join the sister platform during the week if you can, to get your mind in the right way. You have a Monday mindset with Miriam Edwards. I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not subscribed to her YouTube channel, subscribe so you can get the notification. You have One Global Movement Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join them. They have a lot of course. Maybe you find one to support. Our sister here, Sister Yvonne, is working with Dr. Mundi. We have Deep Dive Global Change in Life on Tuesdays and Thursdays, now at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, our Queen, Dr. Benny, has been steadfast in teaching us how to stay protected with the way of internet and AI. And Thursday, a lot of different speakers have been coming to help us be healthy. Okay, Dr. Derek just said it. Please know your body, know what you have to do. And we have two great mindset speakers on those platforms, Queen JW and Queen Dr. Tina Shah. If you want to learn. And sometimes Queen Yvonne chip in and share the mindset. We have Julie Pierre Empowering Humanity on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her. And then we have Oh Passion on Thursday morning, nice 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. Dr. John was doing his financial series there that he's committed the third Thursdays of the month. I think he's ending on this, and he has 2 more sessions to go. And if you can, it's the third Thursday, but join Oh Passion regardless on Thursdays, 8 a.m. Trust me, if you thought you don't have any passion and you think you need millions before you uplift humanity, if you go to that platform, they'll make you know that you don't need millions to uplift humanity. And we have our Queen Lily that always share with us what she does to uplift humanity. If we are listening, we will not wait until we start having millions. Because a lot of people say, oh, ONPASSIVE can do this course or this course. Do what you can do. Dr. Shaggy here just goes out there. And I think he's doing out of just the family, out of pocket, to feed the hungry in Newark, New Jersey, the street of Newark. Give them warm clothes during winter. These are things we can do. If you're lazy as me, you don't have to leave your house, okay? Because I can be lazy sometimes. I'm taking care of a lot of things, but my main focus right now is to make sure the underprivileged children at least have education. they should at least be able to read and write. I'm just doing that. You'll be surprised once you trust, once you stay committed, consistent, what God can do with the little you think you have. And you start realizing that it's not a little, it's a lot. Because sometimes I wonder how I do it myself, to be honest. Because my income is fixed. I don't have a business side hustle now, but we're going to get there. And you'll be surprised with that consistently and trusting your Almighty God what you can do with the little you think you have. Remember, Abraham blessings us. At an old age, not a single child, God tells him what? He'll make him father of all nations. It's like at this age, but it happens, right? Let's keep the faith. Let's keep the trust. Let's keep getting engaged. Let's keep praying for our CEO and the family. And let's keep praying for the cause, because the cause is a good cause to uplift humanity. Let's keep away negativity and stay positive. I made up my mind a long time ago, and I know a lot of the leaders here did as well, to stay out of negativity and just stay positive. Let's stay positive. With that said, I need somebody with energy to close YouTube. Dr. Benny.
Dr. Benny,
you
yes.
look the part. Can you close our viewers in YouTube, then we can stop recording and